Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, y'all. I don't know if y'all on the East Coast like me, but we got a bunch of snow this morning, like at 1 o'clock. It's pretty much tapered down now. It's gonna start melting probably, but we got about like 3, 4 inches. Nothing too crazy. So it didn't really hamper anything. It was a little bit of inconvenience for feeding the cats in the back. But y'all see the title, right? Y'all see my last in here talking. I got the babies behind me, some of them behind me. Let's talk about it. Fist fight in Canada. Wild time. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, this was 2018. 2018. And during this time span, was this 2018? It was. It was 2018. And so 2018, this was August. August, I think. Yeah, August. Right before actually my birthday, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm out in Canada because it's a football game. You know, you guys know I'm an NFL free agent, so I've traveled the country. I've traveled the world playing football. I've been out the country several times to catch touchdowns. I've caught touchdowns in different countries. That's always a flex that I'm proud of. And so I'm out there. So we out in Canada, and I'm with my teammate. My teammate Nate. He'll probably see this and recall this video. Recall this story. We talk about it all the time. But we out in Canada, and we out in Canada, and we're on our way to the drive-through. We had the game already. Game didn't happen. We done won the game. I had a touchdown. Did I have a touchdown? I had a touchdown that game, like a 48-yard touchdown. Had a good game. Good game for the most part. So we had the game. We win. Now we're on our way to McDonald's. For those who know me, McDonald's is my favorite bullshit restaurant. Like, of all the chain restaurants and bullshit food you can have, McDonald's is my go-to. It's one I've always liked. Like, it's a childhood thing. It's like it's like a delicacy for me in the terms of like it. There's a lot of childhood nostalgia attached to it. So we on our way to the McDonald's drive-thru. Right? It's myself in the back seat, my boy Nate and his feet. I think at that point she was his fiance. They're married now. Shout out to Ashley and Nate. Got two beautiful kids together. So I gotta go see them babies. So I'm in the back seat, and the truck that Nate had, you can't get out the back seat unless someone gets out the front seat, right? And so we pull up in the drive-through, and as soon as we pull up in the drive-through, we start taking, Nate starts sending out the order. I'm like, y'all want this, some like his wife like, I want that, so we getting our order out. And as soon as he starts to get the order out, right? Some random dude, swear to God, this was the most random shit in the world. Some random dude pops out of a taxi. Like the taxi pulls up behind us. He jumps out of the taxi and then goes to the side of the car that Nate is on, the driver's side, and says, "Hurry the fuck up and order." Now the dude had like a Miami Vice shirt on. It was like it was buttoned, right? So he could open, what I'm saying, it was buttoned, and it was like open at the top a little bit. And he's like, "Hurry the fuck up and order." And Nate like, "Bro, we just got here, right?" Now mind y'all, Nate is 6'8", legitimately 6'8", like not 6'6", like legit 6'8" with cleats on and boy 6'9". No, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. Nate is like 6'10". I'm sorry. Damn near 7 feet with the cleats on, right? Nate is a big man. Like, he's not a small man at all. So the dude like start popping up, and Nate like, "Yo, bro, what are you doing?" Right? You can hear the person that was taking the order from Nate. You can hear them in the background, like what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? And so Nate like, "Bro, back up off my car. Back up off my car." Like, he's like, "Back up off," like he keeps saying back up. And the dude's like, "Hurry the fuck up and order. You're taking forever." Mind y'all, we had just got there. So as they're going back and forth, now his fiance starts saying, "Back the fuck up." Like, she started cursing him out. I'm trying to get out the car to go punch him. But Nate is still in his seat. Nate gets out of his seat, and he's now standing in front of his door, the driver's side. He's standing in front of the door, but the door's shut. So I can't get out of here now. Like, so I can't get out of here now, right? So as I'm trying to get out the car, Nate is still standing right there. He's arguing with the dude, right? He arguing with the dude, and they saying a whole bunch of stuff. But as soon as Nate got out the car, the dude goes, "Whoa, big man, whoa!" Because again, Nate is literally 6'10". Like, Nate is not a small man at all. So just like, "Whoa, big man, whoa!" But they keep arguing back and forth. But because of the way Nate's car was, I can't get out this car. Right? I can't get out. So I'm in the back. I'm trying to get out. I'm looking around. I'm trying to get out the car. His fiance in this one. I'm like, I'm trying to get the fuck out of this car. Because now I want to go punch him. But mind you, we in a whole nother country. We in Canada. You get in a fight in Canada. You get locked up in Canada, bro. You're not coming home for a little minute. You might have to sit a few days because you're a foreigner. So you get locked up in a foreign country. It's not a good look. So next thing I know, the person that was in the drive-thru that was taking the order, they swing around, right? They swing around. When they swing around, they see the guy that started the fight. They see him first because they swing around. He's like, and the dude's like, man, hurry the dude's like, get the fuck out of here, right? So now I'm hearing get the fuck out of here, right? I'm like, hold up, do they know each other? Because the way he said it, it came off like there was some familiarity between them, right? So I was like, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Make sure you hit that like button for me. What up? This is my dog, Living Breed. And shout out to Lisa as well. Hit the like button for me, please. So the way he had said it, they almost looked like, it almost sounded they were familiar. He's like, man, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here, right? And so as he's saying this, the guy with the Miami Vice shirt on, right? That guy, and I never forget this because it blew my mind. That guy says you're going to suck his dick too. And then the whole room, we like, whoa, what the fuck? So now, I don't know if that was a saying, like a saying or something of the sort, or they had like a lover's quarrel going on. We don't know any of this. We just know that this dude popped out of a taxi talking shit to us for no reason. And he just asked the guy, was he going to suck his dick too? So, and two means as well, also. Like he, so I didn't know, but it was a confusing situation. Nate finally kind of moves out of his driver's side, so I finally sneak out the car. I finally can get out the car. Damn, hold up. Hold up. Wow. Hold up. Wow. I finally did that, and y'all missed the whole story. Wow. I feel like an asshole. I talked for all that time, and y'all couldn't hear it. Can we clip that or something? I wish somebody would have said something beforehand. God damn, I feel like a fucking idiot. Oh my God. I feel like an idiot. All that time. Yeah, here could people be coming in trying to troll. Yeah, man. That kind of pissed me off. I ain't gonna lie to you. It kind of pissed me off. All right, man. So I guess I'll retell the story, man. I guess I'll retell the story. Um, Man, that's like bad, yo. I was on this joint for 10 minutes straight. None of y'all said nothing. I guess it's what happens when you have a small audience and people just come in and troll and shit like that. Oh man, I don't need. I kind of want to start it over. Whatever, man. That pisses me off. I don't like that. Pisses me off a lot. Wish somebody would have said something. That's my fault though. I'll make sure I do a whatchamacallit check. Next time. Damn, where's my fucking stuff? They sat there the whole time and just looked at me. That shit not funny, bro. That shit pissed me off. Yeah, we're gonna end the live. Fuck it, we here, man. We here. I look crazy. I'm gonna look real crazy on here, but it is what it is. That pissed me off. So, y'all see the title of the video. We're gonna talk about going to Canada and a very interesting story I got about Canada. So, my first time in Canada was 2018 August. I had a football game. For those who know, make sure it sounds on, because like people don't, you know. And for those who know, yeah. So anyway, we out in Canada. It's me and my boy Nate and his wife. I think she was his fiance at that time. I don't think they were married yet. We out in Canada. We had a great football game. I'm an NFL free agent. Most of y'all know that. Some of y'all don't, but I'm an NFL free agent. So we go out to Canada. I have a really good game. It was pretty good, like a solid game. Had a touchdown for like 48 yards or something like that. Like, it was a solid game. It was a dope game. And so we had a good game. And so now, like, my favorite trashy restaurant to go to, like my favorite restaurant where I know the shit is unhealthy for you and all that, is McDonald's. It's my favorite shitty restaurant of all time. I like it. It has a lot of nostalgia to it, a lot of childhood memories to it, and I just really enjoy like the kind of, just like, you know, I don't eat it often. I probably eat it once every 2-3 months. That's just how it goes. Like, I love it, but I eat it once. It's not good for you. So I don't know where my Blistex and all that is. I don't know where my stuff is. It should be right here. I cleaned it up. But anyway, so yeah, we go out to Canada. We have our game. Now it's at night. It might be about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night at this point. 7, 8 o'clock at night, I would say at this point, right? So we out there, we having fun. Everything's solid, everything copacetic. We pull up to the McDonald's drive-thru. We pull up to the drive-thru, and when we get to the drive-thru, right? We get to the drive-thru. As soon as we get to the drive-thru, mind y'all, my man Nate, my guy Nate, he had a truck at the time that you couldn't get out the back seat unless somebody was out the front seat. You couldn't get out the back seat. So it was Nate in the front on the left-hand side, driver's side, and Ashley on the right, his fiance. I was in the back. So as we driving, we finally get to the drive-thru. We pull up, we get to the drive-thru. As soon as we get to the drive-thru, Nate starts to tell him his order, or our order. As soon as he starts to do that, a random dude with like a Miami Vice shirt pops up. Like, he had like it was a button shirt, but the top was unbuttoned. He pops up, and then he goes to the car. He walks to Nate's driver's side and says, "Hurry the fuck up and order." We had just got there. I mean, like, literally, we probably were there no more than 30 seconds. Like, just got there. So he's like, hurry the fuck up and order. Nate like, bro, back up off my truck. So Nate was being patient, like, back up off my truck. After maybe about 40 seconds to a minute of this back and forth, Nate said, bro, back the fuck up. Now he's cursing. Back the fuck up. And then Ashley, his fiance, she starts cursing. But Nate's still in the truck at this point. Nate then gets out of the truck. And when he gets out the truck, I didn't say this, but Nate is 6'10". He's legitimately a 6'10", or I think he's either 6'8" or 6'10", one of the two. Like legitimately though, like not like 6'6", no, like legitimately 6'8" or so, like a little more than, probably a little more than 6'8". And when you get out the car, they do go, whoa, whoa, big man, whoa, right? And Nate's like, bro, I told you to back the fuck up. When Nate's having this back and forth, right? I'm trying to get out the back seat. I can't, because even though Nate's got out the car, he's standing in front of his driver's side. So I actually can't get out the car. So as I'm trying to get out the car, the guy who was taking our order from the McDonald's, he comes out and he comes around. And when he comes around, he says, you get the fuck out of here. Points to the guy with the Miami Vice shirt on. Now, mind you, the guy with the Miami Vice shirt was in a taxi. The taxi is long gone. Like, that taxi is not there anymore. So the guy's like, bro, get the fuck out of here, right? And he told him to get the fuck out of here. And the dude's like, oh, you gonna suck his dick too. Now we don't know what's going on. I don't know if this is a lover's quarrel, or I don't know. Or I don't know if, like, you gonna suck his dick too was like some sort of slang in Canada. I don't know what was going on. All I know is that when he said that, the dude got upset. And they start going back and forth. He said, get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna call the cops, blah, blah, blah. I know, and as soon as this happens, I finally can get out the car, right? But the worst that I could have done was punch this man, because if we get locked up in a foreign country, oh, that's a bad job. Like, you might not come home for a little minute because you're in a foreign country. So, long story short, the dude eventually gets out of there. We get our food. We're eating. We're hanging out. Everything's fine and copacetic. But this story gets a little bit crazier because there's so much more that happened as a result of the people there. So that's the one part of the story. That's the first part, right? And after the first part of the story, yeah, I don't know where my stuff is, but it kind of bothers me. Hold on, because that should be here. Like, the fact that it's not here is kind of odd. I gotta find my other ones, but you look like Super Mario, and you look like a bitch. Yeah, you like a straight bitch. All right, bet. So after this whole debacle happens of almost a fight, a giant fight that we could have had that would have been bad, we probably wouldn't have made it home for like a week and a half, 2 weeks. After that, there was we ended up going to Dave & Buster's that night. So we ate, then we went to Dave & Buster's. While we were at Dave & Buster's, there was it was my boy Nate, his fiance, my boy Sam, I believe, yeah, my boy Sam, his uncle, and I believe another teammate. I ain't gonna say the team. No, I'm gonna say the teammate's name. Another teammate. I think his name was.
My boy.
Okay, thanks, Mom. Another teammate, his name was Rob, and his girlfriend. Right. So while we at this Dave & Buster's in Canada, it was dope. It was actually fun as fuck. Bro. I love Dave & Buster's. We there. We having fun. Everyone kicking it. So what I noticed was, and I didn't pay it no mind because it's it's 7 of us. Like, it's a lot of us there. Like, it's 7 of us together in a group, and we having fun. Nothing crazy happening. Ain't nobody doing no wild shit. I noticed that Rob's girl was kind of like a little closer to me than she needed to be, if that makes sense. It's one thing to be in close proxy of each other because it's 7 of us and we're sticking together in a group. It's a little different when she's being a little closer than she needs to be to me. And I kind of saw it, but I didn't think nothing of it because, again, it could just be me overthinking, if that makes sense. Like, I overthink things, overanalyze things. Like, I do that all the time. So I'm like, maybe I'm doing that again. So I didn't think nothing of it. But I noticed she was a little close to me. At times she's leans on me a little bit. Like, but nothing dramatic. Like, just little filler things. That's it. So, it's so crazy because we all having fun. We play like the diners, like the Jurassic. It was like a virtual Jurassic Park game. Shit was fun, man. Anyway, we leave. We all come home. Everything is good. Me and my girl at that time were broken up. I was single. We started talking again, and we got back together. Like we were a couple at this point. It's like November-ish. I don't remember the exact date because I got the dates on my phone. But this dude, I never get this. I get a Facebook message. I get a Facebook message from him, from Rob, the kicker. And Rob says to me, "I thought you were bro. You just a piece of shit." This is what he says, bro. This is legitimately what he says. Let me see if I can find the messages. Because they still were, I didn't delete them. They were on my Facebook. Facebook be keeping messages too long. I ain't got the app on that phone. So he said, "I thought you were bro. You're a piece of shit." I'm like, what the fuck? I'm thinking he joking. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm thinking he's joking, whatever. He says, "You know what I'm talking about." I said, what the fuck? Like, now I'm like legitimately confused. Basically, his girl, right, said to him that I snapped her on Snapchat. I told her it was me. And I was asking, could we be friends with benefits? Okay. If you know me, you know I would never ask to be friends with benefits. That's not even my language. Not even my language. It's never been my language. Like, if I ended up being friends with benefits with a woman, it happened organically. I never asked. If it happens, it happened organically. I never asked for no shit like that. That's one. Two, my Snapchat at that time was a picture of me. It was a picture of me with like a snapback on or some shit like that. You clearly can see my hair, snapback was up. It's like, it's me. I would never tell you that it's me. So I would never say, "Hey, it's me." Like, or "Hey, it's me, Baron." Like, I would never say that because the picture clearly is me. Right? And it had my name on it. So I'm confused. Like, when I say I'm confused. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, and so I initially wanted to go back at him, but I said, hold up. Something ain't right here. So I said, bro, I don't operate like that. So when I got that, right, when he says that to me, I immediately go to her. And my girl at the time was right there. So I immediately go to her. I said, yo, what's up? What he talking about? Because I ain't never reached. What are we talking about? She said, oh, you never talked to me on Snapchat? I said, no. She said, oh, what's your Snapchat? I'm going to add you now to see the messages pop back up. I'm like, if we were on there, you would know what that is. If you blocked my Snapchat, it will be in your blocks. If you recently was speaking to me, it will be in your recent joint. So now I'm really confused. I said, here's my Snapchat. She said, oh, this ain't the account that was messaging me. I said, what? When I say I'm like confused, I was so confused. I'm like, did I actually do this and just forgot about it? Like, that's how confused I was. I'm like, nah, I'll play like that. Let him know. Like, I don't play like that. So she reaches out to him, let him know. And then I reached out to her, I said, bro, like, here's the proof. Here's the screenshots. He said, oh, damn, my bad, bro. I was drunk. He said some shit like that. I was drunk or something to that effect. I'm sorry. I apologize, blah, blah, blah. I said, bro, listen, man. Like, I feel all of that. But don't write me at no one. Like, I was like, bro, I feel like, don't write me at like 1 a.m. or no shit like that. Like, come on, bro. Like, so, but, and then I took that and I was like I kind of made it friendly. Like, bro, like, you a teammate. I don't do that I don't fuck with teammates' girlfriends. I don't do that. Like, that shit is messy. It gets bad real quick. It don't work. Like, it's a bad look. It's a bad joint. He apologized. It's all good. Left it there. The only reason why I brought this up now is because, like, I met him at that specific point in time during that era. Like, during that game. And later, the following April, we had a pro day. My man Sam, shout out to my boy Sam. Sam says, yo, Like me and him, like, you know, he that each other up. The kicker was there as well, and the kicker Rob, and he's like, yo, he looked at Sam, he said, man, fuck that guy, keep him away from me. Talking about me. Now, mind y'all, he just apologized. Like, he just apologized. Like, he just apologized to me in December. It's April now. That was a few months back. So, I was like, yo, this dude really off. Like, something's not clicking. Something is, like, disconnected up top. And what I found out later was that that girl, and then Sammy was like, Sam came to me like, bro, I told him that shit, man. Jackson's cool. He don't bother nobody. This is what he said. He don't bother nobody. And so I find out later, him and that girl had drug problems, had a lot of drug problems. She was married when he was with her, right? And they've had these type of quarrels and disputes for quite some time. And that one or two things happened involving me. There's possibly a third. First one is she lied. She just made it up. Just made it the fuck up, right? 2, somebody was pretending to be me. It's happened before. I got fake profiles made of me, right? Or 3, he may have caught on that she was doing certain things. Like, he may have caught on that she was a little, like, extra close to me, or, like, being close to me when we were all out together. And then just kind of put that together in his head. Either way, all of the options and scenarios don't involve me doing anything fucked up. So that was a funny situation, because that's the first, well, not the first time. That's the second time I had been accused of, like, messing with someone's girl or something like that, and by somebody I know. And the person had access to me. And this is the one, I mean, the first time it happened, the dude that had the access to me didn't approach me. I found out later that he was thinking that. This is the first time someone approached me on it, but via Facebook. And I'm like, bro, you got all the access in the world to me. Why you not speaking up? You could have addressed me in person. You could have addressed me in person, bro. So it's always interesting when those types of things happen. Another thing I wanted to bring up before I hop off of this, John. Me and my I was talking to, who was I talking to? I was talking to my mom this morning. And while talking to her, I thought about something. That a lot of us are in close proxy to people who are great, historically great at something. A lot of us are. And while we're in close proxy to these people, right? Sometimes, because we know them and we grew up with them and we hang with them and we see them at their worst and we see them at their best, sometimes because of that metric in relationship, we don't recognize how great they are because we're so close to them in real time. If that makes sense. It's almost like we overly humanize them. Everyone has a superpower. Everyone is historically great at something or has potential to be historically great at something. Everyone has it. This is not a one size gift. We all have probably several gifts and which would allow us to be really, really good at something. But often, and this is not even from a place of like hate and things of that nature, it often comes from a place of, oh shit, I grew up with BJ. Guess they call me at home. Most of my family calls me BJ. 99% of them do. I grew up with BJ. I remember BJ crying because of this. I remember BJ doing this. I remember BJ doing that. It's a little hard for me to recognize, and I know BJ can rap. I know he plays football. I know he's an athlete, but it's hard for me to recognize that BJ is one of the best athletes I know, right? And I'll give you an example of that. Me and my brother will play football, right? I used to play a lot of street football. That's how I got good at the game. I largely learned my game from playing street football and just, that's how I got good at it. And me and my brother, we play. And I got better. I started getting way better than him. I started getting better than a lot. They just started climbing up the ranks. And I'm climbing up the ranks, I'm getting better and I'm dominating, but I'm dominating the same competition. Same competition. It's not really changing too much because we only really playing within the neighborhood. So it's not changing too much, but I'm dominating every game. Same thing. Like, if anything, I would play better. But every game, I'm just playing better. I'm winning. Like it's just happening a lot. Or a lot of games, my team didn't win. Right, a lot of games my team didn't win. But what ended up happening, I would have a moment, several great moments in the game, or have a great game, and you can see the upside coming, right? You can see it. So long story short, one day we ended up having a game in, where we have a game at? We went to Jersey for a game. Went all the way to New Jersey for a game. And I said all the way to New Jersey. Jersey right across the bridge. I'm in Philly. So it's not that far. But we ended up going to Jersey for a game. When we get to Jersey, we have a game against these dudes in Jersey. And we were talking shit to them, talking shit to us. I beat the shit out of these boys. I whooped their ass. Same routine with everybody. When we got back home, my brother looked at me and said, "Yo, B, I never thought of this, bro, but like," and it was a humbling moment for me. Because in my personal experience, the people closest to me were the people who I felt like rejected what I did the most. And maybe that sounds horrible or backwards, but that's what happened. And so after that game in Jersey, after that game in Jersey, my younger brother pulled me to the side, and he didn't do this a lot, but he pulled me to the side. Well, he's done it a few times. Pulled me to the side and said, "Yo, BJ, look, man, you really are like that. I didn't know that you were." I used to think that you were only good because you played against us and you would play against guys from our neighborhood and you would destroy them. He said, "But you went to Jersey and you did the same shit to them. Like, nothing changed. You were still what you were in Jersey that you are in Philly. You just went out there and you beat the shit out of these dudes. Like, they couldn't tackle you. They think they got you. They don't got you. They trying to get you to the ground. They can't get you to the ground. They can't get you off your feet. You breaking tackles. You scoring." He's like, "Bro, I'm watching you do this and you doing the same shit to them." He said, "Everywhere we go, you do the same shit to everybody. It doesn't change. You do all of them the same way." And that was my brother's way of saying, "Yo, bro, you are really good at that. Like, that's really your thing. You can really play football at a high level." And sometimes it takes for other people to recognize it, for the people close to you to recognize it. And it might not be from a place of hate. It could literally be from the simple fact that, like, yeah, BJ's my brother. But I didn't recognize that he's actually a ginger. He just had a different color hair than everybody else. But he's my brother, right? Like, sometimes a star shines so bright that the people around him, the people closest, can't see it clear yet. They gotta back up and become a fan for a second, or a detailed observer to see what you are. So sometimes it has nothing to do with hate, has nothing to do with shade. It's just sometimes it takes the people closest to you a while to catch up and be like, "Oh, that's what you are. Damn, I didn't know that." Right? And it just takes time. I had to accept that. And when I remind myself of that, it makes it easier to be on this musical journey. Right? Me and my mom, I'm very close with my mom. I talk to my mom all the time. Very close with my mom. Very close to my mom. And and being as though I'm so close to my mother, we talk about a lot of different things. And she tries to encourage some of my siblings. I have two siblings by her, my younger brother and my older sister. Try to encourage them to show love to my stuff, like my content, my music, etc. And my brother does from time to time, but my sister doesn't. And I told my mom, I said, "Mom, 2 parts, 3 parts actually. One, I would love for my siblings to support my shit. I think it'd be dope. But 2, I love both my siblings, my music probably can relate. My little brother can relate to my music a lot more than my sister could. So even if we weren't related, she wouldn't be within the audience that I would be talking to. She wouldn't. Her lifestyle and the things she do, it doesn't necessarily align with the music that I create and the content that I create for the most part. Like it doesn't really align. There's some things she could pick up from, but it don't really align. And three, it's hard to realize that one of your baby brothers is actually that. It's hard to see that sometimes. Hard to. Now some people are just supportive. Like if you they person, they gonna support you. If you they boy, if you they homeboy, they go and just support you. That's just how some people are. Everyone's not that way though. And I had to learn to accept that. I had to learn to embrace that. And once I accepted and embraced that, it made this journey a lot easier. Because when I make those freestyle shorts, when I make those reels, when I do all those things, I get 1,000 views on it. Those 1,000 views aren't from the homies in my neighborhood. Those 1,000 views are from like people who saw my shit and was like, oh, let me check this out. Those 100 likes aren't from my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where like once you understand and accept that, it makes everything else easier. Because sometimes the star will shine just a little too bright for the people closest to it to actually see that it is a star. Food for thought. I'm out. Appreciate y'all for listening, man. Thank you.